Now that I have my audio files in my workspace, I am ready to get going. I have a whole bunch of things here listed. I have not changed my cue numbers yet. I saved that for the end, but I'll show you a little bit about that. But we're going to talk about fading and follows this time. So the way I have this set up is I have some pre-show music. This is from another show actually, but the idea is this will be playing and looping while the audience is sitting, and then after that it will roll into an introduction where we say thanks for coming, turn off your cell phones, and all of that. So what I would like to do is have this, first of all, loop, because it's only 6.5 minutes long. That's not long enough, so I'd like it to loop in the background and then fade out and then go right into the introduction, all with just one cue. So the first thing I need to do is go down to basics here, and what I want to do is go to time and loops on this one. I'm going to set it to infinite loop. So when I press play now, it's going to just continue to loop until I tell it to stop. So once that is set, I could test it if I want to, but I will tell you it's going to work because it's set. The next thing I want to do is add a fade out. So up here is a little fade tool, and I just grab it and I drag it underneath. There's an X here because it doesn't know what it's supposed to be connected to. So all I need to do is kind of drop this audio file, and then it says, oh, okay, I'm going to fade that file, okay? Now, it still has an X because it also doesn't know how much to fade it. So it's not going to work yet. So if I go to audio levels, here's the master. And if I just move this anywhere, I could fade it just a little bit. I really want to fade it all the way down. If I go to infinity, it goes gray, and then it's just doesn't quite, connect. So I make sure that it's far enough down that we're not going to hear it, but it's still lit yellow, and that means I'll find it. If you want to get fancy, you can do a curve shape. How do you want the audio to fade? In what way? You have some different options here. You can customize it, do different types of curves if you want. So right now, the way that I have this, this pre-show music will loop, and then my next cue that I would hit would fade it out. So let's see if it works. And it faded it right away, so we couldn't hear it. So is that exactly what I wanted? No, not just yet. So I'm going to go here, and the reason it did that is because when I click on this pre-show, it goes to auto continue. What that means is it will start this and the connected cue at the same time. I don't want it to do that, so I want it to auto follow is an option. I could also just say, no, you know what, do not continue, which is what I'm going to choose right now. That means that this will continue to play infinitely until I give the cue, hit the space bar, the go button, and then it will fade. So let's see how that works. So there's my music. And then I'm going to press go to fade it out. And it automatically sets to 3 seconds, but if you want a more gradual fade, you could set it to 7 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever you'd like. So far I have this, it's going to loop infinitely, and then I decide when the fade happens. But then what I'd like to do is have the fade happen and then immediately have my introduction, my voiceover introduction play. So here I'm going to highlight the fade. And when that happens, I do want it to continue this time, but I actually want it to follow. Continue means they're going to happen at the same time. I want the next cue to follow it. So I'm going to try this whole chain of events again. Also notice this pre-show is running in the background. We can't hear it, but it's still technically running. If you want to, you can add a stop as well, so it will fade out and then stop. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm going to manually stop it. But here's the sequence again. So my music begins. It will infinitely loop. When I decide, I will press go on the next cue, which is fading out. You can see there's a post wait here, and that will take us right into the next one.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Blair. Welcome to A Walk in the Woods. Our performers have worked very hard preparing songs for you, inspired by some
And I'm going to stop it right there. So the sequence worked. This introduction's a little bit low, so I could go to my audio levels. I can give it a little boost if I want. And this one right now, if I go to basics, it does not continue. That means when it stops, everything stops, and it will just kind of set up for the next cue.